Okay. Thank you, hon.
Alright, can...
Everything.
Alright, I think we're good now. What the fuck?
You didn't do the intro, I did.
Apparently a fucking update happened, and everything decided to change.
Y2K confirm in chat on whether or not you can hear us.
We're at least sending audio now.
Never mind, I just confirmed it myself. I just turned.
Yeah, we don't need that Canadians confirmation.
Yeah, fucking ice back. That's a... Yes, I'm still trying to get that stir to stick.
Yeah, we go away for a week. I'm gone that entire weekend. I don't know if I'll be available next weekend. We'll find out, like, probably last minute.
Yeah, and also, like, updates fucked me too. Like, my soundboard doesn't work right now, so... I spent 2 hours digging through all of the settings to try to get it to work this morning, and I gave up.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, I can still play it. It just doesn't transmit to you guys, so...
Oh, technology. Why must you be this way?
Yeah, like... Simple updates. Stop fucking with all my other settings.
It reminds me what happened with World of Tanks just recently. It's like, oh boy, new season, bunch of updates. It's like, we had fixes for these 2 maps. Okay, why did they completely break another map that has nothing to do with those maps?
Yeah. I love the internet.
Absolutely infuriating.
I love the internet. I love computers. I just fucking hate when an update fucks up other shit. There's no reason.
And I say this with all of the knowledge that World of Tanks console has a smaller staff than the PC game. That being said, you guys fucking suck. You're bad at your jobs. You don't know what you're doing.
No.
Every fucking update, you completely fuck something up. It takes weeks to get the bugs worked out.
The latest update made me DM Pav, because he was the person that fixed my soundboard issues last time. I don't want to talk to Pav. I like the guy, but like, you know. Pav, if you watch this later, I'm just teasing.
Look, the fact that he likes to send dick pics to us is kind of the weird part.
Well,
he's not teasing, but he's still mad at you that you didn't agree with him when you brought him in for the fucking Fallout stuff.
True.
Oh, because I like the show? Or which Fallout stuff?
Alright, that conversation was funny, though.
Yeah. From what I hear, it was.
Wait, hold on. Remind me, because like
You and I were having a little spat about the Fallout show again.
Yeah.
I said, I know some people who are like big on the lore who also didn't like it. I mentioned Pav really didn't like the show. Like, oh, let's get Pav in here. We'll talk to Pav about it. And then you started asking Pav questions about it, and Pav's like, yeah, it's shit. And it fucked up a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like, you can enjoy the show. I'm just not interested in it because of lore reasons.
And the funny thing was is that Jables left at one point, and me and Pav just kept talking. And then Jables came back. He's like, why are you guys still talking about it? Like, you started this.
Yeah. And I'm also gonna say the same thing I said last time we talked about the show. Until you guys watch it, I don't want to talk to you guys about it anymore.
Don't mention it anymore.
Yeah. Because your opinions are all like second or third hand, and like
And therefore worthless. Got you. Moving on.
yeah. Anyhow,
Yeah. Well, my
I
the thing
reject
is,
your
I'm not
premise
looking at it.
entirely, but we're moving on.
Yeah. You're not correct, but it's not for the reason you probably think I'm saying that.
wait, I'm not correct in saying that if you guys want to talk about the show, you guys should watch it first.
No, you're not correct in saying that all of my opinions are second or third hand.
Have you watched the show?
No, I have not, but I've seen clips. Clips aren't second-hand opinions. Clips are from the actual show.
All right, I'll give you credit on that one, but watch the show.
I too have seen clips and read the plot synopsises.
Yeah, all right. Anywho, moving on. There's been another death in my life. I want to give this guy some credit. He's very important to me. What you're seeing on screen, this is Dwayne Kozlowski. He was an Olympic wrestler. His brother Dennis, his twin brother Dennis, they look almost identical. When you look up Dwayne, it's hard to find a picture of him because his brother Dennis became a lot more famous for being in the Hall of Fame. Fucking insane. Olympic wrestler, a big influence on my life. Him and his wife. His wife was like my mom's best friend from high school. I used to spend summers with him. He used to like coach me on wrestling when I did wrestling back in the day. And I don't know, just was like a really good role model, really good guy. His wife, him, and my mom had a big argument about Harry Potter when the movies were out because their kids wanted to watch Harry Potter. I wasn't allowed to watch it, and then they had an argument, and I wouldn't be a Harry Potter fan if it wasn't for him and his wife. And that's become such a huge part of my life, and he's just been like such a massive role model for me. I love him. He died on Tuesday. Yeah, I just want to give him the respect he deserves. Yeah.
I raised my Baja Blast.
Yeah. Cute win. Thanks for throwing me 15 feet out into the lake off the dock. Yeah. Oh, such a good guy. Because he was such a huge dude and he was like an Olympic wrestler, he had like massive muscles. He used to do the whole, hey guys, have you seen my beach ball? It's about this big. think it went over that way. Like, he used to do all the flexing stuff. First time I saw that bit was him doing that on the beach at the lake. Just like...
I mean, he lived a full life, I'll say that, but it's still tragic.
Died at 65. He could have had a couple more decades in him.
Yeah, he could have had... But, I mean, he was an Olympic wrestler, he had a family,
Yeah.
he lived a pretty full life. Not long enough, but full.
Oh, he lived a full and fulfilling life. I do have to say that, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Crab, you have no idea how funny he was. Like, he was a really funny dude.
Yeah, based on what Jables has told me, that sounds like exactly something he would do.
Yeah.
Also, Crab, you are not a good gauge of humor to begin with, so...
Yeah, Crab is a good gauge for clips. Crab is very good at clips.
Yeah.
Crab
give him
telling
credit for-
jokes,
Yep.
that's iffy. Yeah.
But also, Crap, yeah, I get where you're coming from, the technology age, but, to be perfectly honest, it's also pretty funny how most scientists are like, yes, you should trust us when we tell you this thing. And then once you get to, like, programmers, it's very much, yeah, that's a mistake. Don't do that.
There's a reason why people that work in technology still all have analog locks on their houses. Just saying.
Yep. The people who know the technology are the ones with the physical locks on their doors.
Yeah.
There's a keypad lock on my front door now that I never use. I have a key. I like my key.
I have a keypad lock for my basement and my shop, but not one for my fucking house.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, there are many aspects of technology that I like. Like, you're seeing one of my favorite aspects of technology right now on screen. That's me and Rimshee playing Portal 2 together. That was a really fun day.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so much fun.
There's still so many levels for us to play, but
Yeah, I mean, we beat the standard, but we still have the bonus levels.
yeah. Yeah, I love this game so much.
Technology will allow me to further continue Jables' movie education.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's another fun aspect about technology. Like watching DS9 with you.
Did you guys
sir,
end up
was-
watching last week, or did something come up?
No, we didn't
I mean,
we didn't watch anything last week.
Disappointment.
I was up to watch stuff, but James seemed like he was busy with something.
No, I thought
perfectly
you were
reasonable.
busy with stuff. And it's just a miscommunication.
That was the whole reason why when I was texting you after we confirmed the show, I was like, so what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm just doing some YouTube stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't get around it.
It's fine. Oh yeah,
So,
I was we had a planned trip that I forgot to tell you guys about, and it was a snow trip, and it happened to be on, well, first off, California has had a very dry year this year.
yeah.
It's been exceedingly dry. There was absolutely zero snow on the ground at the cabin where there usually would be snow.
Mm-hmm.
And it also happened to be raining that weekend, so any snow we could drive and find was slush.
Ooh, gross.
Yeah.
Abel's got to experience a bit of a thunder snow last week.
Yeah,
that
I
was
heard
neat.
about that. That was surprising for him.
I'd never experienced like lightning and thunder when it snows. It was the first time for me.
California is
Yep.
the Southwest crap, or at least the Southwest that could potentially get rain, so...
Thunder snows are pretty rare, especially on the West Coast.
Yeah.
You know what's fucked up? It didn't even really snow that night. There was like one lightning strike and a giant clash of thunder. I was like, all right, fucking storm time. That's fucking insane. Nothing. Just nothing happened.
Yeah. It's not like how it usually is on the East Coast, where like, oh, it's thunder snow time. That means we're going to get 2 to 4 inches an hour.
Yeah, I would have loved that because
Because for those
I did
who
not
don't
want- I
know
did
what a
not
thunder
want to
snow
work.
is,
I did not want to work.
it's basically a thunder snow is basically just a thunderstorm that drops snow instead of rain.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think that was possible because of the cold, the air pressure's not right and stuff. So it seemed weird. I didn't think it was possible. Didn't know it was a thing.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's not a common thing, but it happens.
Yeah. Crap, you
Speaking of
also
snow,
asked,
I'm going to be
what
getting like
do we think
4
about
inches on
smart?
Wednesday.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm going to be getting like 4 inches of snow on Wednesday, apparently.
Nice.
Yeah, we actually had snow forecast for us on Thursday of this upcoming week, and then it turned back into, no, it's just going to be rain.
Hey,
We got
you
like
guys
an
need
inch
some
or two
rain.
of snow last week.
Oh, sorry. It was going to be Thursday, and now we have 100% chance of rain from Tuesday to Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monday.
We got some snow.
Dry.
We got some snow last week. It lasted a day. Gone.
Well, I mean, where I am, we get snow so rarely that it's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, we don't get snow that often here either because we get those ocean winds that keep everything pretty temperate. And it was cool for that day. Everything looked awesome. And the snow only lasted a day. My favorite type of snow. Only lasts a day. Then it's gone.
I'm cool with snow sticking around as long as it's not on the fucking roads for too long.
Yeah.
Like, if it's on the roads and it's shut down the roads for too long, then there's an issue. But if it snows and it gets cleared off the road and it's cold enough for it to just stick around on the ground, cool, whatever.
Yeah. It looks cool.
Yeah, I
If
had
it's snowing,
snow
just
that
make a
had
snowman.
compacted into ice on the streets in my neighborhood for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's not something I want to deal with if I don't
Oh
have
no,
to.
like where I grew up, it would snow. Like it would snow a shit ton. Get like 6 inches of snow. And then the next day, it would be just like a sunny day. So it would slightly melt the top layer of snow. And
No
then
one cares
overnight,
about your
that-
opinion, Y2K.
And then overnight, that would freeze. So it's just a sheet of ice on top of snow that you have to fucking trudge through.
Mm-hmm. Ah, man, like, have you ever like stepped on like snow that you thought was just snow, and your foot goes through like the upper layer of ice on it,
Yeah.
and like it just like pushes your pant leg up and fucking like cuts you. It's like son of a bitch.
Yeah, and then all the soft snow underneath starts to get into your shoes and boots. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Miserable. I hate snow.
Also, Y2K, we're all on the hating snow game. We all.
Except me.
Yeah. Well, you grew up in
Yeah,
California.
he
You
lacks
don't
experience, so.
No, I have gone up to the snow quite often. There's a huge difference between living in it and visiting it, but nonetheless.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, you visit, you get to leave.
Yeah. I lived it. 6 feet of snow overnight? No joke. Like, shit fucking sucks.
That's it. 3 weeks of just getting in and out of my neighborhood being like, oh, I better be super careful. I don't want to take out anybody's mailbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you note what I'm saying, I'm perfectly cool with it snowing and all the snow on the road goes away for a day. Or after a day. I'm cool with having snow that's just there a little bit.
Yeah, but have you ever had to lay salt out on your porch so that you hope snow doesn't build up too much? Because the salt will help melt it a little bit.
Yeah. As I like the day I had my car crash, like the roads were clear. They had been clear, but it was coming down so hard and so fast that all the streets turned to slush within like an hour and a half.
Look, you guys aren't going to convince me to not want a little bit of snow. You're just not going to do it.
A little bit of snow is fine. I also grew up in an area where my entire town was cut off from the rest of society. And listening to the police scanner, we would hear the plow drivers be like, all right, we got one side of the highway clear. There's a tunnel now. And like...
So like a little bit of snow, like if I see snowflakes falling but they're not accumulating, I don't care. Like if I get like an inch
if they're like
or
big
two,
snowflakes,
I'll grumble about it, but I can handle it. Once we get past the 4-inch mark, I'm very not happy.
No, if I see like big snowflakes where it's a bunch of snowflakes clumped together and stuff, that's fine. That's gonna go away, no problem. When it's just like individual snowflakes, I'm like, fuck, we're in for a bad time.
Yeah. Basically for me, if I don't care about it being all clumped together on the ground, as long as it's not in the roads. Although part of that would be it'd be just nice to inconvenience some of the assholes around here.
I know how to drive in the snow. That's fine. Like,
yeah,
I don't really
I do
care.
too.
Slush fucking sucks. I'd rather snow over slush.
Yeah, absolutely.
Slush is what
Fuck
caused my accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's gonna be cold enough to snow, it has to be cold enough to snow solidly.
Like, okay, the lights turned green. I'm gonna take my turn now. And, yep, all traction is gone. I'm just in for the ride now.
I remember one time I was driving with this chick. We were going to my buddy's apartment, and they didn't plow the streets very well in like my hometown. So just like all just got like packed down from everybody driving on the streets. And
that's what my neighborhood was like.
And I'm driving like 5, maybe 10 miles per hour. I'm not going fast or anything. I'm doing it safe. And I just hit this slick spot. And I try to get out of it a little bit. But I just keep sliding sideways into a snow berm. And I just look at the chick that was in the passenger seat. I'm like, we're going to crash into that berm. There's nothing I can do. And I just lit a cigarette. And it took like a good 30 to 40 seconds for us to very slowly slide into that berm.
Sometimes all you can do is just try to mitigate the damage.
Yeah, just keep her calm. It was outside of another friend of mine's house. I went and knocked on the door. It's like, hey, can you help me dig me out of this berm? Boom, done. Got the car up. We're fine. No damage was done.
So, like, the main reason I hate
it was just a very slow slide, and I'm just like, there's literally nothing I can do right now. This is a rear-wheel drive. We're fucked. Light a cigarette. We're good. Like, it's just gonna happen.
The main reason I had to jerk so hard on the wheel is because, like, if I didn't, I was gonna hit the guy that I was sliding towards head on.
Yeah.
And instead of hitting him head on, I managed to bounce off of his door panel.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, still, I'm out $740 in car parts, but it is what it is.
Yeah. By the way, Rimshee, watching this gameplay just makes me feel so happy because that was really fun.
That was so much fun.
We need to do it again.
Agreed.
You could say it was a triumph.
Fuck you.
Hey, that song fucking slaps.
Wait, which song?
Oh, Still Alive.
Great song.
Sing a couple parts.
Yeah.
This
It's
was
at
a
the end of
triumph.
Portal 1.
Oh.
I'm making a note here. Huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can.
Yeah. Written
For
by
the
one of
good
my...
of all of us, except the ones who are dead.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it played by Laser?
No, I saw Jonathan Colton, one of my favorite music comedians. He wrote that song, and I saw him do that acoustic. Yeah.
I mean, What You Gone was also pretty good. I don't think it was as good as Still Alive, though.
Yeah. Oh, a karaoke bar recently opened in my neighborhood. I'm gonna check it out next weekend. And
Nice.
if their setup is good, I'm thinking about talking to the owner and starting an open mic there.
Squeeze. That sounds like a fun plan.
Yeah, and I think it'd be, I think it would be good for the neighborhood.
Yeah, try and grow some small businesses.
Grow some small businesses and sort of like, I don't know, invigorate people to be more funny. There's a lot of tension in my neighborhood right now.
Well, there's a lot of tension in a lot of places right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of in general.
Yeah, and I really liked hosting at that other place, so I think I could host an open mic really well. The biggest issue that I would have with hosting an open mic is the promotion. Fucking hate promotion. It feels gross. I don't want to make posters. I don't.
Just give them dick pics and make them decide.
I'm just gonna tell one of my friends that's more popular in the neighborhood to just like post this on Facebook or something. If their setup's right. I haven't seen what their setup's like yet. But if they can do karaoke, they can do an open mic night. I just need to know. Like, will it be conducive for like an open mic comedy thing? That's it. Because I've been to some karaoke bars, it's just they just put you in the center of the entire room, and that's not good. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's fine for karaoke, not good for comedy.
Yeah, comedy, you need to be facing them, not, hey everyone!
Yeah. Yeah, we're not at...
You're gonna look at my ass 90% of the time.
Yeah, we're not at Madison Square Garden working in the round or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
These are fucking insane people trying to make you laugh. Keep it simple.
Madison Square Garden has lasted a long time now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of arenas / venues of its type usually don't have that type of longevity.
Yeah, Madison Square Garden is like the fucking peak of performance. If you're able to perform there and like sell it out, you are killing it.
You've made it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, with other, like, similar buildings, you know, like, after a while, like, the cost of continued renovation is just like, is it worth keeping this around?
Yeah.
You know, like the Superdome down in New Orleans, it's just like, Saints
At what point does it
probably
become
could
time to
do
get
a
rid of it?
new stadium?
I mean, part
Like,
of that is... Go ahead.
We had one here in downtown Indianapolis. It was pretty famous, called Market Square Arena.
Hey, Larry subscribed, tier 1.
Larry!
64 months.
Larry!
Larry!
And notably, Market Square Arena was the very last place that Elvis performed before he died.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, the building got old. It just wasn't worth keeping up with the renovations anymore. They imploded it. There's still a plaque there commemorating Elvis's final performance, but the building itself is gone.
Larry, we've been fine. I had a recent death. Also, a person that was like a big role model to me and big influence on me. He was an Olympic wrestler, Dwayne Kozlowski. Look him up. We already talked about it.
He was a
I
true
picked up a temp
Chad.
job.
Not at the meme variety.
Yeah. He had a fucking stone jaw.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be into Harry Potter if it wasn't for him and his wife. I'll spell it out for you, Larry.
Very formative.
Yeah, beyond that, I picked up a temp job, so I'm pretty sore right now.
Oh, dude. At my job, my boss came up to me on like Tuesday or Wednesday. It was like, "Hey, I got a special thing for you." And usually when he does that, it means it's gonna fucking suck.
It was just
And
like
then,
that. Time to brace.
So I did everything in my power to not do whatever that was going to be. And then on Friday, it was like I ran out of stuff to circumvent me doing the thing. Plus, he sent me an email that was like, "Drop everything you're doing. You need to help them now." And I was like, "Fuck. All right." And I go and I check in with the people I'm supposed to help, and they're like, "Oh yeah, just clean these parts. You can sit in your room and stuff." So I just get to sit in a chair all day and clean parts. I'm cool with that. Like, that's... Yeah. No, it's actually a really nice Friday. I had a very good day at work on Friday because I was just sitting there cleaning parts, listening to podcasts.
Nice.
And Larry, who the fuck is playing Portal? This is footage of Rimshee and myself playing Portal 2 together.
I forgot how
pointing at?
the fucking camera works.
Yeah, you're... Oh, sorry, you're over there.
This is us playing.
I forgot how the camera worked too. On screen.
Well, what's
you're
funny?
over here.
Part of the issue is I think to point this way because I am on this side of the screen. So when I'm looking at it, you're over there.
Well, when I'm looking at the screen, you're to my left.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what it is. As far as I can tell, I'm over on this side of the screen, based on how you're looking.
Yes.
And
this is me looking at you right now.
And so, fuck. I'm trying to figure out how to describe it. Yeah, this is me looking at you, but your picture on my screen is that way.
Alright, your picture on my screen is that way. I'm looking right at you right now.
Well, I don't have my shit reversed, and I don't know what to tell you, man.
But
can you imagine how much more confusing this would get if I went on camera?
No.
This is my left hand.
This is my
This
left
is my
hand.
left hand. Okay.
Left hand.
So we're all mirrored. Fuck this shit. This fucking sucks. Larry, yes. The Lesser Saints discovered mirror effect. Yes.
No, here's the thing. You can actually... The whole reason we're this direction is so you can actually read the text. Come on. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can read the text. But it really fucks with us. I have to remember Jables is that way, not that way, despite me turning my head this way to look at him on the screen.
Yes, I also want to turn this way to look at you. But I know you're not here. I know you're there. And that I remember us having a conversation where we set it up this way because of how I have my screen set up. It's better for you to be over here for my screen so I can look at you, and I'm looking that way.
It's so fucking confusing sometimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, David Lynch died too. Yeah.
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 Yeah, R.I.P. him.
R.I.P.
I think
and
Dwayne's
pizza.
more important to me though. I don't give a fuck about David Lynch, honestly.
He was an interesting guy.
A lot of interesting movies.
Like, for anybody that hasn't seen it, I recommend looking up on YouTube. David Lynch teaches you how to cook quinoa.
Alright, that's
Fucking hilarious. Because it's just David Lynch being David Lynch. Like, all black and white and shit. It's like, this is how we're gonna cook quinoa. It's like, okay.
Am I wrong for like putting David Lynch and Spike Jonze in like the same category in my mind for directors?
Oh.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, like if my brain was just like a shelf of index cards, they'd be in the same category.
My kid's watching Ponyo. I can tell.
Nice.
Not the best Ghibli film, but you know,
He really likes it.
it's a good film.
Yep. Though
I mean, he likes Ponyo. He likes Howl's Moving Castle.
Classic.
House Moving Castle is great.
Spirited Away,
You
Totoro.
should've-
great one.
that shit's creepy as fuck. You should have Spirited Away already.
Oh yeah,
Totoro, I
he
guess.
was very
Totoro
terrified at
was
first,
great.
and then he was like, "Oh, this is actually pretty cool." Oh, this is the part where we got stuck because you couldn't get out of that area, like it's happening right now.
Yeah, like, it's funny, like the English voice dub for Ponyo. Like, one would think like that's an odd choice, and I did it first as well. But Liam Neeson is shockingly well cast in that movie.
Yeah, which I think is really funny because the father in Arrietty looks like it could be Liam Neeson.
One thing that I really like about Studio Ghibli is that like they are particular about the voice actors that take part in it for the English dubs.
Yeah, I will say that I could take or leave Christian Bale as Hal. I don't think he really
somebody else could have
brought
done that.
anything in
That's whatever.
particular to it. Billy Crystal was a fucking gem in that movie, though.
Yeah. Billy Crystal's a fucking goat for that film.
That's one way of putting it.
Yeah. Sorry. He's the fire. He killed it. Billy Crystal rocked that part.
Yeah, he did.
I'm not gonna
Hands
take that away
down.
from him ever. Yeah, my introduction to Studio Ghibli films was I had a Japanese friend that lived like a block away. I met him because I saw him having trouble climbing a tree, and I brought a step stool from my house and was like, "Hey, I know how to climb this tree. Here's a little step stool." We were like 4 years old. And then, and then one day he shows me My Neighbor Totoro. And then and I was like, oh, this is amazing. Hey, can I borrow this? And I showed it to like my entire family. Yeah. So that was my introduction to Ghibli films.
To be fair, really good introduction.
Yeah, he also had the entire Dragon Ball series on VHS.
Original
that's
Dragon Ball.
Yep.
Which is an entirely different animal from what it turned into.
Yes, I am
Hands down.
I'm a fan of Dragon Ball. I like Dragon Ball Z, but I am a fan of Dragon Ball because it's funny.
Yeah,
Dragon
Ball is
Ball
definitely more comedy focused.
Yeah, two very different shows, but not in a negative way. They're both good in their own ways, but yeah,
same
Dragon Ball.
storyline, very different.
Yeah.
So.
And like Dragon Ball was a lot more grounded as well. Like there weren't nearly as many like what the fuck moments.
I'm sorry, when little kid Goku turned into a giant fucking gorilla, that wasn't a what the fuck moment?
No, I'm saying like it doesn't have as many. Like the biggest what the fuck moment of Dragon Ball, as you said, was like Kid Goku turning into a gigantic ape and then Master Roshi blowing up the moon.
Yeah.
It's just like, wait, you can do that? What?
Yeah.
What the fuck do you mean? That was a celestial body! It's gone! How did you do that?
Yeah. That show, Dragon Ball holds a very special place in my heart. Because I taught him how to climb a tree. He showed me anime. And, yeah. Hey, shout out to you, Anthony, if you ever see this. You probably won't, but, you know.
Probably is never gonna watch it.
Yeah. Still have my fucking bass guitar. I want that back, but you know what? Still love you, bud.
Yeah. There are definitely worse Ghibli movies to start with, though. Like, I don't know.
I think Totoro's
Princess Mononoke.
I think Totoro's the perfect starting point. Because it's very lighthearted. Like,
well, there's a reason why he basically became, like, Ghibli's mascot.
Yeah.
Like, Studio Ghibli's, like, image is, like, Totoro.
well, even at the beginning of Totoro, when it says Studio Ghibli, there's an image of Totoro.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what it became.
Also, Cat Bus!
Cat
Yeah,
Bus.
Cat Bus. That's a... Dude, that Cat Bus is so cool. It looked so comfy, those seats. Like... I want to take a ride on the fucking Cat Bus. It looked so comfortable.
It's
My
just
kid
so happy to
loves
see.
the Cat Bus.
It's like, hop aboard, we're going on adventure.
Yeah. And alright, sir, you brought up Princess Mononoke. What about that?
I feel like there are definitely like worse Ghibli movies that could be your first.
Princess Mononoke was my second. So.
Yeah, like that. Like if you wanted, like if you watch Totoro, that's like you go to Princess Mononoke, it's like, oh boy, another Ghibli movie. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that movie's scary as a kid.
Things escalated quickly.
Dude, those like little leech virus things that sort of creep up people and shit like that. That's fucking horrifying. Like the fucking warthog with all these little tendrils sticking out of it because he's infected with this fucking curse. That's fucking terrifying as a child.
And just seeing all these creatures getting fucking eviscerated.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, there's an awful lot of dismemberment in this movie.
Yeah. He's seen that once. It's not the PG movie we think it should be.
No,
yeah, back when
I remember
PG meant something.
Well, PG used to not mean anything. I'll get back to that in a second. I just want to bring up this point. The first time I watched Princess Mononoke, I was just sitting there watching it, and then my mom walked into the room, and it was during that scene with the warthog that had all the like tendrils of the curse spitting out of it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was just like, "What are you watching?"
It's just like, well, that's demonic.
Yeah.
If your mom
Anyways,
wasn't...
back to the PG thing. Yeah, PG-13 didn't exist until after Jurassic Park.
Not true.
I said
PG?
after Jurassic Park.
No, it came earlier than that.
But
Actually,
Jurassic Park was originally PG, and then it was later changed to PG-13.
Yes, but that doesn't mean that it was the first PG-13 movie.
Okay.
That title goes to Red Dawn.
Okay.
Actually, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom was the first movie to actually be suggested to get the new PG-13 rating, but it didn't.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. Somebody tears somebody else's heart out. So that's...
Temple of Doom is hardcore, and I won't hear it from anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just child slavery and tearing out people's hearts.
Yeah. You
PG.
rip out a guy's heart from his chest while he's still living, and then you lower him into a pit of fire, and you get to observe his heart lighting on fire in dude's hand as he dies. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then you
like
take his little...
madman.
And then you take his little child apprentice and put him to work as a slave in the fucking mines. Yeah, I think that's PG-13 worthy.
Yeah, like, it didn't end up getting it, but it was the first film to be suggested for it.
Yeah.
But no, like, the very first actually officially PG-13 rated film was Red Dawn.
Alright.
Wolverines!
By the way,
Man, I
I have
haven't
a
seen that movie
shit
in
ton of
years.
problems with the MPAA.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Their consistency is trash. Wait,
Well, same thing with the fucking ESRB.
I think ESRB is more consistent than the MPAA.
Yeah, not by a lot.
Name one movie that was name one game that was misrated by the ESRB.
I mean, like, their standards for what they classify as adults-only titles is a little spotty.
What, like Conker's Bad for a Day because there was too much shit in it?
Yeah.
Yet, they have similar issues. Like, if you're a PG-13 movie, you can't say fuck more than once.
Yeah. It's garbage. Yeah, we talked about it before, but like, it used to be like, you could just see straight up tits in PG movies.
Yeah. The ratings have changed.
Oh yeah, back in the 90s, like the Pest with John Leguizamo. That was a PG movie, and there is a full picture of a woman lying naked. Yeah, you could see tits in a PG
But yeah,
movie.
like, in modern PG-13 movies, it's just like, you don't get to see boobs.
Yeah.
If you see boobs, they're clothed. They may be scantily clothed, but they are clothed.
Well, one problem with the MPAA is that they're just taking a bunch of fucking Midwestern moms to decide what's good for their children and stuff like that. Like,
You know, like, that's not even my biggest problem with PG-13 as a rating, though.
I think PG-13 is an appropriate rating. You know, you should be a teenager before you see some sort of shit.
No, the thing, I don't like PG-13 because it's the consumer rating.
What do you mean?
You know, like when Ryan Reynolds was trying to get Deadpool, like, he had to fight them constantly not to cut it down to a PG-13.
Yeah.
It's like, but we'll get more asses in seats with the PG-13 rating. No, fuck that. Stop compromising creative vision. I hate that shit.
Yeah, and that's why we stand Ryan Reynolds on this channel.
Yeah.
That's Ryan Reynolds fights for his creative choices, and I like that.
Anybody else been hearing weird shit about him recently?
What weird shit? There's like a lawsuit against him from somebody that worked on a movie with his wife, and he claims that a lot of the nice pool jokes were directed towards him, so he's claiming defamation on that. I know that.
Yeah, that was one of the things I saw recently, where it's just like, man, Hollywood's a weird place. I'm glad I don't live there.
It's a fucking. I'm not gonna lie. I think those jokes were about him, but
Get fucked.
come on, you're doing a reach. They're just jokes. I think the ultimate joke about that was the joke about Lady Deadpool. She just had a baby, but she tightened up real nice. And Deadpool was like, I don't think you can say that. He's like, nah, don't worry. I identify as a feminist. I think that was the ultimate joke about the whole nice pool thing.
Yeah, it's just like we've just like for a long time, like we've just been seeing like less and less R-rated pictures because studios don't want to fucking take the risk on them.
Yeah.
Even though
Like
we've had R-rated movies in the past few years that have made huge bank.
Deadpool's one of them. It fucking skyrocketed.
Like fucking the first Joker, massive profit. Don't watch the second one.
I kind of want to watch it just for the cringe, but
Because,
I'm not in the right headspace to watch it yet.
Yeah, like, it's very clear with the second Joker. It's like, yeah, the director, he hates the movie that he made, and he hates you for liking it.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah,
Joker Part 2 is basically a huge fuck you for enjoying the thing I made.
Which really makes no sense.
Well, the first movie was just Taxi Driver with the Joker, so
Not entirely. I think that comparison gets
exact.
overused.
Yeah.
Mainly because, like, Arthur in the movie, like, he's more relatable than Robert De Niro's character in Taxi Driver.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my progressive speech now. My progressive person. As a person that battles with mental health, I really related a lot more to Arthur in the first movie. Also, I just think it was just Taxi Driver.
It's that, like, there are similarities, but I just think that the comparison is overused.
That's fair.
Won't argue with you there.
Yeah. You know, maybe this is why the show doesn't take off, is because we always go, alright. That's fair. Won't argue with you on that. We need to argue, guys.
We argue sometimes.
We argue about food.
No, we got into a pretty anime yelling match the last time fucking Alec Baldwin got brought up.
Oh, yeah. That's one that I disagree with both of you on pretty harshly.
It's okay to be wrong, Jables. We won't hold it against you.
You know, you view it as me being wrong. I view it as you guys don't understand the industry.
I don't care what the industry standard is. If it's not what I'm saying, it's a violation of the basic rules of firearm safety.
Yeah.
Yes, and I agree with you on that. But I also know what the industry standard is. And that's where our disagreement is. See, this is why we can't fight with each other because we understand each other too much.
I am aware of what the industry standard is. I'm not ignorant of what the industry standard is. I don't care. It's not an excuse.
Yeah, it's the industry standard could be
the industry standard is a fucking problem in my eyes.
Yeah.
It's not an excuse, but it's a reason for why he didn't expect a live round to be in there.
Yeah, and I'm just saying it's a chain of failures that has been taking place over decades to get us to this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you want the armorer to have, if you want the armorer to have ultimate, have the ultimate, be the ultimate fall person when it comes to firearm stuff, then they should be with the individual actor when they're running the check on the firearm.
Yeah. Well, Rimshee, you've seen me with a gun. I am super fucking careful because I'm not.
Yeah, when you're not sucking it like a dick.
Hey, that's the old me. I can't do that anymore. But yeah, you see me with a gun. Like, I'm super careful because I'm not fully comfortable carrying guns around people. And Rimshee saw me, like, I was, like, super cautious with the thing the entire fucking time. Because there was, like, 20 people there. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to flag anybody. I don't want to fuck up. If I make a wrong move, somebody might get shot. This is bad.
It's good to have that mentality, especially like if you're in a new range or whatnot, because like there's a lot of places like you had a range and you like start flagging people. That's a good way to get your ass beat.
Yeah. But again, there's a huge difference between, hey, you're on set, and so you're gonna leave it to someone else to and just trust them that, oh, there's no live rounds in this.
Well, that's what the protocol is.
That
And
protocol
I'm
is
not
wrong.
going to deny the protocol is trash. I'm not going to say
See, I think that's where the argument is. We don't care what the protocol is because it's wrong. Whereas, you're bringing up the protocol as this is why. And, I mean, that's fair. Yeah. That is why.
Well, I think it's more of a miscommunication.
Wrong.
No,
it's just that, like,
he was trained to always trust the armorer.
Yeah, and that's a problem.
Yeah, I'm not denying that's a problem.
That's where the miscommunication is.
Did we finally find it after like a year of us talking about
that's always been our point. Is like it's like we know how we got here. We're just saying that it's stupid.
We're talking past each other. That's what's been happening for like the last fucking year.
The reason that we got here is stupid and should be addressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's simply that they made the dumb mistake of thinking it was a good idea to have the armorer be absolutely in charge, as opposed to having the actor be at least somewhat responsible.
Yes, but because the whole standard was the armorer is in charge, I don't think he's at fault for that. Because he was following proper protocol, technically.
But that's not proper protocol.
On a set, it is. In real life, you always check. But, like...
On a set, it's shit protocol, too.
I'm not saying it's not shit protocol. I'm saying...
Okay, I'm not going to let this devolve again. Our point has always been that Hollywood's protocol is shit. That was our whole point.
Yes, but he was following it.
As a result,
so I don't want to put blame. I don't want to put blame on him for following what was technical protocol at that time.
Ultimately, it was his finger on the trigger. And that's ultimately what it boils down to. The firearm was in his possession, in his physical control. And, that's the ultimate problem there.
No, I still disagree with you guys on this one.
The armorer was also at fault. I'm not going to argue with that one. But ultimately, what it boils down to is...
I want to put the armorer at fault. Alec Baldwin has been an actor for so fucking long. When somebody tells him, hey, this is safe, he's supposed to trust that person. Because he's an actor and he's doing his scene. Now, when it comes to regular gun safety, if somebody hands me a gun, yes, I'm gonna fucking check it. I know how to do that. But it's...
And this is the crux of the issue. It should always be the case that you trust it. And I don't care if it's your standard protocol for an entire industry. It's
He's
a known
dumb
fact.
fucking actor.
He's a dumb fucking actor, meaning that he should be checking it instead of trusting other people.
No, but regular protocol is you trust the armorer.
Never trust another person's word, period.
I agree with you on that. I'm just saying what it is.
And what it is
I will
wrong.
not make excuses for complacency.
Yeah.
The most damning thing is that they took the gun out the day before to go shoot some fucking cans.
Yeah,
That's
on
fucking
the armorer.
ridiculous. There should never be live rounds on set.
That's it. This is all because of complacency. That's my issue.
Exactly. That's exactly the protocol bred complacency. And it's as simple as that.
Yeah. There should never be live rounds on set.
There were so many failures because of said complacency.
Yeah. Yeah, the crew shouldn't take the show. The crew shouldn't take the prop guns out shooting, for one. That's fucking insane to me. For two, live rounds on set, don't like that. For three, you're the fucking armorer. Check your fucking shit.
Well, I mean, as we're saying, this complacency is a large issue of this. Part of the issue wasn't that she was allowed a lot of this to happen. Part of the issue is she wasn't present on set for the duration of the time the firearm was present. So it's also completely possible that you had someone being stupid with it, because as soon as it leaves the possession of the armorer, she has no control over it, or he has no control over it, and as a result, it is the responsibility of whoever's holding it.
She gave it to him, told him that it's safe, and then dipped the fuck out. She should have been there supervising the entire fucking time. I agree.
Well, she had other responsibilities that they were giving her. And that's part of the problem.
No, she already fucked up her main responsibility in making sure that there's no live rounds and the fucking gun that they gave to the lead actor.
Again, a lot of complacency happened, but ultimately, the last person, like, yeah, you're saying in the industry this is how things normally go. That's the problem, and it doesn't. And because this is how things go, he became complacent. He was not checking.
And I'm not saying you're wrong in saying that.
Also,
like
another important point. Let's not forget. I do believe that Baldwin was also either like director or producer on this film.
He was a producer, yeah.
So when you're a producer, like you're one of the guys providing money, that means you're you should be in the know about staff shit. Like how staff is working.
Yeah.
I've never said that he was entirely responsible.
No.
I've never said that.
Do you guys want to go full
I just said that he's not
with this?
blameless.
What's the conspiracy theory?
He wanted to kill that DP, and he just sort of blamed it on, there was a live round in that.
Which, that could be a thing, but if you actually watched the video of when he found out she was dead, that's not faking it. No one's that good of an actor.
Especially not Alec Baldwin.
I mean,
Heath Ledger could probably get away with that.
I mean, like, who's is it Stephen Baldwin, the one that does the voice acting most of the time?
I don't know. There's too many Baldwins, man.
Yeah, they're like Kennedys. Only not as many of them are dead.
Well, they killed him off in South Park, the movie. No. Oh, Larry, you got a
Although I
fucking
will
work
say-
call on a Sunday? That sucks.
I
That's
wouldn't have
fucking
minded
bullshit.
seeing old, fat Alec Baldwin show up again in the Beetlejuice sequel.
I haven't watched that movie yet. Have either of you?
Nah,
No.
I haven't seen it. I haven't heard great things.
Yeah, most of what I've heard has been, it's too crowded. The storylines are too
It's trying to
many.
do too many things at once.
Ah, okay. But like, Alec Baldwin in that movie versus Alec Baldwin now, they look nothing alike. So weird.
Yeah, I actually forgot that Alec Baldwin was in Beetlejuice until I actually stopped and thought about it. It's like, oh wait, that was him. God, he's gained a lot of weight.
Yeah, I feel like he just like within like 5 or 6 years after Beetlejuice, he just gained a shit ton of weight and wrinkled up and became a dumbass.
I think he was always a dumbass. Although, like, I will say, like, the irony of someone who is as vehemently anti-gun, anti-Second Amendment as Alec Baldwin has been in the past, being the guy who accidentally kills somebody, it's just like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The universe works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if we focused on gun education instead of trying to take everybody's legal firearms, Alec.
Maybe you would have known how to
I-
check it for safety. Like
I've
heard the argument that the reason that they don't do it that way is because if they do, then there's a chance that that someone could slip something in. There's still a chance someone can slip something in. Just because you're not supposed to doesn't mean you won't.
Yeah, if
No,
we want to go
I-
full conspiracy, it's like maybe the armorer didn't like the director of photography and purposely put a live round in the gun.
Yeah. You don't know.
Oh, Larry's saying, I just want Winona Ryder back. Come on. She's just a MILF now. She's here. She exists. She's not like Edward Scissorhands Winona, but like, you know. She got
Like-
some curves to her now. But yeah, back to gun safety. Yes, I think in America specifically, gun safety should be taught in all schools.
Absolutely.
I think that's a general fact, but if you want to specify the U.S., I'll accept that for now.
It's well, not everywhere else has guns, so like
Yeah, which is also something I
Yeah.
disagree with, which is kind of my point.
yeah. I think gun
Rimshee and the
safety is very
Euro
important.
commies have to
And-
figure things
and
out for
you don't-
themselves.
And in order to teach gun safety, there are some very like realistic airsoft guns that you can just bring in. So you don't have to have actual guns and stuff. But it's all the
Hell, they
same
make
concepts.
firearms. They make firearm. Fuck, what's the correct term? They make dummy firearms that function identically. They just don't have the ability to actually go off. You can't even fire a live round placed in them. So you could do the same thing there.
Yeah, most of the time they don't have a firing pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do the airsoft ones. Make it fun for the kids, because something actually shoots out. Yeah.
Well, that's something you could move to later, but the thing is that you don't want to start with something that can shoot out, because they're gonna point them at each other and shoot at each other with a airsoft. Instead, I'd say set it up so that you pull the trigger, you've got a fucking buzzer that annoys everyone come out of it.
Hold on. Larry had a comment. Yeah, I agree. Schools need more guns. No, it's not that schools need more guns. And we've been kind of dancing around the subject a little bit. People need to understand what actual violence is. That's what the actual issue is. Nobody understands what violence actually is. And it's
I would say
very
that
it's very frustrating for me.
I would say that I actually do think that we potentially need more guns in schools. Like, if there are schools that are in areas that are like in higher crime areas, are like more likely to be targeted, armed security is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Most
can make fun of the Americans.
happen in like white suburb type schools. So
yeah, most shootings happen in gun-free zones.
Yeah, because they're easier targets.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I remember having a conversation with the bartender when like the Russia and Ukraine shit was just starting to hit off. She was like, I think I'm gonna go over to Ukraine and like fight for them and stuff. And I had a conversation about like what war and violence is. It's like, all right, so you're going to go over there. You're going to shoot some people. They're going to die choking to death. The person that's sitting right directly next to you is going to get shot, and you're going to be cradling their head in your fucking lap while they choke to death on their own blood.
That's not exactly what happens, but yeah, that's a possibility.
That it's an example of what violence and war is. And I just wanted to be direct with her about that. Like,
there's an old quote.
You don't understand what you're about to, what you're saying you want to do. You don't understand what the reality of that actually is.
Yeah, it's the worst thing possible.
Yeah.
Like, there's an old quote, and I'm not sure who it's attributed to, or if it's attributed to anyone at all, but the quote is, like, they say war is hell. I've seen war. War is worse.
Yeah.
Because at least with hell, at least the concept of hell, there's no innocents that get involved. That's not true with war.
Well, it depends.
But it also depends on what you define as an innocent, because non-believers, despite they could do everything perfect, but if you don't believe, you're automatically in hell. So, I mean, but it's one of those stupid things where it's just, what's the correct... Please define.
I'm a very sweet guy that, like, just tries to make everybody else laugh. And sometimes when I'm, like, I build, like, a good rapport with a Christian or something like that, and, like, the subject of religion comes up, I'm like, I just straight up ask him, do you think I deserve to burn in hell? And it's always met with a, Well, you haven't accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior.
Well, at least they're ideologically consistent.
Yeah. And then I tell them how fucked up that is. And, you know.
Well, and also, like, seeing how they try to react when, like, they pull that line, it's like, well, I did at one point.
Yeah, I've pulled that. And they're like, but now you're away from him. So, you don't deserve his saving grace anymore. Because you denied him, even though you accepted him at one point. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And so, I normally
cats
don't get angry about that kind of stuff. It doesn't bother me. There's only one time that I actually had to restrain myself from, like, snapping at some dude. Because, like, he pulled the whole, like, I think you're angry at God card. We've all
I
heard
hate
this
that
line
so
before.
much.
And, like, I was willing to let that side. It's like, okay, he's doing the stupid, disingenuous Christian talking point thing. But I said, like, I'm not angry at God. I just don't believe that he exists. And then the guys said, like, I don't believe that. And, oh, man, it's a good thing I was digesting a bunch of fair food at the time. Because I would have been
That'll
like,
slow you down.
I would have turned to the one guy that's like, you know what? It's been great talking to you. I think you're a pretty reasonable guy. Then I would have turned to this doctor and be like, you are a piece of shit. Fuck you. I have not for a second this entire conversation doubted that you believe everything you fucking say. And yet you're going to stand here and call me a liar. Fuck yourself. You're a piece of shit. In fact, you're the type of piece of shit that needs God or thinks you need God because you're a bad person. Yeah. Maybe you should think about that for a while.
I'm a good person just because I want to make people feel happy. Like cats. He just joined the chat. Hey, cats.
Hi, cat. How's everything going in German lands?
I don't think it matters whether or not you believe in God. I think it's more important who you are. However, how you believe in God could inform me as to what kind of person you are.
Hey, cats. Hey, cats. I do have a question for you, though. What do you think about Elon's wacky hand movement? I'll put it that way.
No.
God damn it.
God damn it.
No, Jables. No. No. Bad.
If it was just once, I wouldn't give him shit over it. He did it twice. He did it once to the crowd and then another one to the flag. So
he's also a Berg.
Yeah.
Oh god,
we're not
I've seen
talking
so
about
many
it, Jables.
Garbage takes.
We're not talking about it, Jables.
An asshole.
All right, we won't talk about it. That's fine. Cats, I think you and I actually are pretty aligned on politics. We might have disagreements with like Sarah and Rimshee, but like I think you and I are pretty aligned. Even though my jokes might say otherwise. But that's...
We're also intentionally avoiding politics on this show, Jables.
I know. I was just asking about the salute. It's not politics related. We could fucking clown on him for being a fucking retard. And like,
yeah, but it's a
the
highly
dumbest
politically
fucking thing possible
Jables,
at a fucking inauguration of a president.
It's a highly politically aligned conversation point.
All right. Well,
It was
Katz
fucking dumb.
asks-
He did it dumb. That's
Yeah.
what I'll say about it. And we're moving on.
Katz asked a question.
Or
Are
croissants bread.
Yeah, it's like pastry dough. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm on the fence about that.
Then again, like,
Well,
there's
okay,
different consistencies of them as well that I've seen. Like, some of them are more bread than others.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, it is bread, but I can see an argument. I could see an argument where it doesn't fall in, but it would be a bad
I think it's
argument.
more pastry. I think it's more pastry than bread.
But that falls under our pastries bread.
Yeah. All right.
And so, that one you can kind of get into the weeds about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what we're all about. It's getting in the weeds on shit like this.
Because, like, for example, like crescent rolls, which everybody who lives in America knows and loves the things, pretty much.
Yeah.
They're basically miniature croissants. And despite how, like, buttery and flaky those are, I still consider them a form of bread.
Yeah, because crescent rolls are kind of like a sandwich. It's a sandwich wrap that's super flaky and nice.
Crescent dogs are the shit. I have not made crescent dogs in so long. You've never made a crescent dog? Whoa. Seriously?
Who are you talking to?
Just everything got silent when I mentioned crescent dogs. I'm like, what? Do you guys not know what I'm talking about?
I know.
No,
what you're
I'm
talking
looking
about.
up the actual definition of pastry.
Oh, I see. I'm just looking for a
Which
little
is-
confirmation. It's like, yeah, crescent dogs are great. Great, guys.
They are good.
Oh, so
Today's the knife.
so Cats, for your information, a crescent dog is a
Bye-bye,
hot
Dad.
dog wrapped in croissant dough. It's like pigs in a blanket, but way tastier.
So
Yeah.
I'm just going to read off the Merriam-Webster dictionary definition. A dough, the first one, a dough that is used to make pies and other baked goods and typically has a high fat content. B, usually sweet baked goods made of dough having a high fat content. And of course, the second definition is a piece of pastry. So, I mean, by the definition, there is no inclusion of bread in there, but I can
But
still
it starts
see an
as
argument.
Dough,
Well,
but it's like pie crust bread because that starts as dough.
Pie
I was
crust
getting ready
would
to say, it's
fall
like-
under pastry.
All right.
like,
No,
dough gets used a
croissants-
lot. Like,
This-
for
this is
example,
the
cookie
lesser-
dough. You wouldn't
Hold
call
on, this
cookies
is-
bread.
This is the Lesser Saints official statement. Croissants are not bread; they're pastry. Do you
I
guys
don't think
agree
that's a
or
good enough
disagree?
official statement because, I mean, there's also the possibility are are pastries bread? And like I said, pastries in the definition doesn't include bread, but I mean,
Oh, you know what?
That's
Because, like, Pop-Tarts are also considered breakfast pastries. Ah, shit.
Yeah, I don't consider Pop-Tarts bread. I would not
I
consider
consider
a
them
Pop-Tart bread.
raviolis, but,
Because you're a fucking degenerate. Like,
I
also,
prefer the term wackadoodle. Thank you very much.
toaster strudels, I do not consider bread either. Those are a pastry. But then you have pastries that have a more bread-like texture, like Danishes.
Cass is asking, are Pop-Tarts toast? I just said they're raviolis.
No, they're not.
By the way, Rimshee, reset the counter.
yeah.
Yeah. God damn you, cats.
Pop-Tarts are definitely not toast. I
No.
do know that.
Just because they
We
can
did
go in
pretty
a toaster
good. We did
does not make
They
them
can
toast.
be
over half a year, though.
toasted. That doesn't mean that they are toast.
Real quick, we did really good. We did over half a year without food derailment.
Yeah, that's...
We did 7 months to the day.
Damn. You know what?
Oh, man.
I'll take it.
Oh, I forgot to redo the year.
Y2K, not everybody toasts Pop-Tarts, but if you get like a cinnamon sugar Pop-Tart, pop that in the toaster. Have it warm.
Yeah,
If you
brown
don't
sugar
do the
and
cinnamon
cinnamon.
toast ones, if you don't toast the cinnamon toast Pop-Tarts, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Or not
Yeah, the
cinnamon
brown
toast.
sugar, brown sugar and
not cinnamon
cinnamon,
toast.
which is one of the
brown
goats.
sugar and cinnamon. It really good toasted, but I was thinking the s'mores ones. If you don't do the, if you don't toast the s'mores ones,
are a different
you're wrong.
fucking level. I used to beg my parents for the s'mores ones, and they're like, "No, you're getting cinnamon and brown sugar."
It's brown sugar and cinnamon.
So to answer your
But what are your
question,
guys'
Cats,
favorite
we'll have
flavors?
to get back to you. Right now,
Yeah.
it's not looking like they are bread purely because they are pastry, but the question becomes: is pastry toast? Is pastry bread or not?
I don't consider pastries bread. So, because I don't consider a pie crust pastry. I don't consider a pie crust bread. It is part of pastry diagram, but like
I say, like, I feel like there's there's variations throughout, because like there are some pastries, as I said, like for example, like an apple Danish that has a more bread-like texture
yeah.
than like
Technically,
a standard
cake falls
pastry.
under pastry. Yeah, it's kind of one of those weird things.
We've never said cake is bread, so.
Yeah, we did.
Did
I mean,
we?
cake uses the same ingredients as bread for the most part. It's just
No, I think it's different.
also there's a wide variety of like consistency and texture for cake. You know, like a sponge cake is not the same as like a pound cake.
Yeah.
Cass is asking me to write a 5-paragraph essay.
I ain't writing you
Bitch,
shit,
I ain't in
Cats. You're not
school
my
anymore.
professor.
Fuck that.
I'm the teacher now. Actually, that is
Uh,
true. I am a teacher now.
Cats, I'm vindictive enough, and I'm enough of a shithead And I may or may not have some energy-enhancing drugs in my place. A 5-paragraph essay, that's only like 1,000 words. That's nothing.
The fuck is brioche? Like, I've heard that word,
Oh,
but...
brioche is good.
It's good.
Like, I've
bread.
tasted it, I just don't know what the fuck it's supposed to be.
Cats...
It's a pastry, apparently. But it is a French bread.
Hold on, I'm trying to plan out like an outline. If I could actually do a 5-paragraph essay explaining to cats on how croissants aren't bread.
Brioche apparently falls under both bread and pastry.
Yeah, brioche buns are great for sandwiches.
So maybe pastries aren't bread themselves, but some pastries are bread. It's not. It's kind of like not mutually exclusive.
All right, hold on, real quick. I do have to correct myself. Paragraph is generally 500 words, so a 5-paragraph essay would be 2,500 words. I want to do this just to spite cats. But I also don't want to do it because it's so much fucking typing.
Just get ChatGPT to do it so that she has to read through ChatGPT text.
Hey, cats, type in the chat exactly what you want from me. Like, give me the full prompt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your guys' favorite Pop-Tart flavors?
Honestly, it's got to be the cinnamon brown sugar.
It's brown sugar and cinnamon.
Brown sugar
I
and
know,
cinnamon.
I'm saying it that way to mess with you.
Brown
Asshole.
sugar and cinnamon or s'mores.
I think my two favorites are brown sugar and cinnamon and raspberry.
I do like the raspberry. Blackberry I prefer more than raspberry, but
I think of the fruit flavors for Pop-Tarts, that raspberry is the top one.
I always really liked the blueberry Pop-Tarts as for the fruit flavors, but I also
I do like blueberry.
didn't often get the raspberry, so I don't have that in my memory as much.
fair enough.
The raspberries filling is like, it's almost like those jam cookies.
Mmm.
It's really good. Especially if you get it just a little bit warm. Like the cherry is a little too medicinal for my taste.
Fair.
Alright, hold on. Cass gave me a prompt.
Strawberries, fine.
Rimshee, I'm gonna DM it to you just so that I have it accessible to me.
That way he doesn't misplace it.
Yeah.
I'm still surprised we made it 6 months without a food derailment.
7.
Or 7 months,
Yeah.
yeah. In fact, I'm gonna make that a new text on here.
Wait, but hold on. I have some disagreements with this prompt. Write a short 5-paragraph essay of max 500 words.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm doing Chat GPT. You're getting whatever, getting 1,000-word essay. Minimum.
Whatever it spits out.
I'm gonna ask it to throw in
Also,
some porn
500
references in
words
there
is
too,
so-
just to fuck with you.
That's 100 words per paragraph. That's nothing. Larry, font size doesn't matter. She said max 500 words. I'm going over 500 words. Font size only matters when it comes to pages, dude. You know, there are times in my life when I think I'm a little too competitive. And then I get challenges pushed in front of me, and I just have to fucking do them. Fuck, why am I like this? Oh, no, Larry Katz, I'm not cheating this and using fucking AI. No. That's too easy. And Katz would know if I used AI. Hey, just want to check if my audio is working. Can you guys say something?
No.
Yes, here.
No, I can't hear you.
Okay.
I could barely hear Rimshee just now. What's going on?
I don't know. I'm currently adding our record counter, which we now have.
Nice. Well, I guess the Super Bowl's about to start.
Yeah, we can end it so that
Or
the
do you
people
wanna-
who want to watch it can watch it.
Do you want to end the show, or do you guys want to keep going? I'm cool with keeping going.
Don't support that fucking game. Bullshit.
Go Birds.
Yeah, I do hope that Saquon Barkley fucking runs it down their fucking throat. Dude's a fucking machine. It's nice to see him on a team that's not dog shit. The Giants.
Yeah. Hey, Larry, ultimately, it's up to Rimshee on whether or not we keep going.
I'm cool either way. My wife's about to go to work, and I've got to watch the kiddo, but I've done that while on the show before.
Oh, that's fun. Cool. Yeah, let's keep going. Yeah, so I'm gonna write a 5-paragraph essay. I'm trying to think if I can do that. Yeah, I bullshitted myself through a lot of shit. I can do that. Hey, can I turn in some first drafts to you guys?
Sure, I'm probably not gonna read it though.
Yeah, I've got nothing better to do. Well, no, that's not true. I have stuff that's coming up this week.
Yeah.
Because my best friend is going to be in town.
Nice. Yeah, Larry, I'll use big words like notwithstanding and also calling a croissant not bread is kind of paradoxical to what bread actually is. That sort of shit. We're good. Wait, hold on. Am I supposed to take the stance that croissants are bread or croissants aren't bread?
I mean, like, there's a question that I could ask right now that would put everything on its head and just cause massive confusion.
I love it. Ask a question.
What the fuck is cornbread?
So I just had Gemini write me 2 5,000 word essays. One was why croissants are bread, and the second was why croissants aren't bread.
Like,
I'm gonna send them both to cats.
I don't know. It's like you wouldn't treat a corn muffin like you would a cupcake. Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
Wait, are you saying you wouldn't treat a corn muffin like you would a cupcake?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't frost it.
Because, like, one of the things that we established against cats is that muffins are not cupcakes. They are bread. A quick bread, but they are a kind of bread.
Oh, if we did the muffins are bread thing. Shit, I kind of pinned
I
myself.
just sent
into a
her
corner.
both essays, so, you know, hopefully she has fun with that.
Hold on, Y2K, why the fuck would you put ketchup on cornbread?
Not my first choice, but I could see it.
In a sandwich, sure. I would never put ketchup on bread on its own.
No, specifically cornbread, Rimshee.
Especially cornbread. I'm not gonna make a ketchup sandwich.
Cornbread's virtually a cake.
I don't know. It depends on the cornbread.
Larry, you shut your fucking whore mouth. Ketchup does not go on grilled cheese.
Yeah, that's tomato soup territory.
Yeah, you dip it in your tomato soup like a fucking real person.
I don't care for tomato soup, or at least I don't care for a lot of pre-made tomato soups.
I only like tomato soup to dip my grilled cheese in.
Am I the only one that like finds it to be too sweet?
Have you ever so one thing that I found out since I became an adult is like Campbell's tomato soup, do you use milk or do you use water?
I don't eat it.
Alright. A lot of people that I found that don't like tomato soup, it's because their parents are bad parents and they use water for the tomato soup instead of milk, making it nice and like creamy and stuff.
Yeah, like Campbell's is kind of what ruined it for me, I think, because I had like this it was like tomatoes like soup or like some sort of like tomato base with like little star pasta. And I was expecting like something like Chef Boyardee or like even SpaghettiOs, but when I had it, it was like really sweet, and I fucking hated it. It was so nasty.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my sweet summer child. He just got fucked over.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if I've had a proper tomato soup. I don't know what proper tomato soup is supposed to taste like.
Well, if you ever make your way to Seattle, we'll do grilled cheese and tomato soup.
I'd like to make the grilled cheese. I'm good at making grilled cheese sandwiches.
Do you do butter or mayo?
I'm a mayo guy.
Alright.
Like, I was initially like weirded out by the concept when I first heard about it, but now that I've converted, I'm not going back.
What kind of cheese do you like to use?
I usually use blends.
Alright.
Like when I make
guy.
when I make a grilled cheese sandwich, I use 3 slices.
Mm-hmm.
And some of my favorites to use as of late, I like young, unaged Goudas. They're really good melters, really like the flavor profile.
Alright.
Orange rind Munster. Really like Munster.
Alright.
Havarti is good if you're going for a more buttery flavor.
Yeah.
When I'm making a grilled cheese, I generally go for cheddar, but that's because it's a nice basic choice. It's not...
Hold on.
Yeah, but you have to go for a mild or
Rimshee, can I guess the brand of cheddar that you get?
What?
Tillamook.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. Tillamook
But
for the fucking win. I wish my soundboard worked. I could do some fucking air horns right now.
Yeah, you it's absolutely either the moderate or the mild or the medium cheddar, because sharp cheddar just loses that sharpness once it melts.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like,
I grew up on medium cheddar Tillamook cheese.
The problem with sharp and extra sharp cheddars is that they don't melt well. Like, they will melt, but they tend to be greasy and they can get overly stringy.
No. Tillamook cheddar's perfect.
No, I'm saying sharp or extra sharp cheddars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
These are drier cheeses.
It's too dry. Did you guys see that
can
video
have
of,
these
like,
in a
Gordon
grilled cheese
Ramsay
sandwich?
Trying to make a fucking grilled cheese?
God, that was so horrible. Yeah, we talked about that on the show once. It's just like...
Literally the easiest sandwich to make.
Like, he tried to be a fucking snob about it. And it fucking blew up in his face.
Yeah.
I said, you can use, like, I sometimes make grilled cheese sandwiches with extra sharp cheddar. But you have to combine it with a cheese that melts.
Yeah.
That way you get the gooey cheese pull while still getting the flavor from the extra sharp cheddar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went fully, like, wrong bread, wrong cheese, added kimchi in there for some fucking god-awful reason.
I mean, you can, And the bread that he picked wasn't necessarily a terrible choice.
Wrong
Like,
cheese.
Yeah, it was mainly the cheese that he fucked up.
Yeah.
Also, he fucked up the cooking method.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, I'm just going to
perfectly
stick
good
this
stove.
directly on an open flame.
Yeah.
You can absolutely get away with doing that if you have a proper way of doing it. Like camping, I can do it. But that's camping. That's a very different, more involved method of cooking.
Yeah.
Like, my favorite breads used for grilled cheese are wide pan loaf style bread. I typically use white, although I'll also use sourdough and potato.
Dude, I saw a guy from the UK the other day. He's trying to make a PB&J, and he used Jello.
Oh no. Well, that's because in the UK,
They call it Jello jelly.
gelatin is
Yeah.
jelly.
Yeah.
And, see, the reason why like we call like grape jelly here in the States is because you can cut it with a knife and it maintains its shape like gelatin dessert does.
Yeah.
It'll even
And I mean,
jiggle a little bit.
PBJ doesn't necessarily mean jelly. The J can also be jam.
Yeah.
Or preserves.
Yeah. Like there's a company that's I think it's just like a Northwest thing called Orchard Farms, and they make a great
Yeah, I know about Orchard.
blackberry jelly. Blackberry jam. Sorry.
Like have you ever had red plum jelly? Oh, it's so good.
No, I haven't.
But yeah, imagine like grape jelly, but if it was made with plum juice. Super good.
When I was a kid, there was a house across the street from my school, and we used to cut through their backyard, and he had a plum tree, and it was like a climbable tree too, so we just like sit in the tree and eat a bunch of plums and stuff. I don't know where
You
I was
have
going with
even
that.
less authority to get us to write essays than Katz does, Larry.
Yeah, like you're an honorary saint, Larry. You're not actually in any position of power.
But he wants a 500
We
word
appreciate
essay on
you,
the difference
though.
between jelly and jam. All right. Larry, will you accept me speaking it instead of actually writing it?
Yeah, because I could explain that really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
take
want to
that
hear
much
Larry's
time.
response first. All right. So, Larry, Rimshee, start counting my words.
Oh, I've already
So, Larry,
lost count.
So my purpose says that there is a difference between jelly and jam, especially where you come from. So if you come from the UK or a lot of other European countries, jelly is what Americans call Jello. And the difference between jelly and jam is a lot of times in the US, there is going to be a jelly that's created purely from the juice of the fruit that is imbibed with some gelatin. And there's and then jam is jam includes a lot of the other bits, and there's a lot of sugar in there too. And so the difference between jelly and jam is really just when it comes down to the fruit bits. And the fruit bits, trust me, like Orchard Farms blackberry jam with the fruit bits on a PB&J is great. I prefer jam over jelly when it comes to that. And there's my 500 words.
500 or less. Actually, there are 3 stages of like fruit preserves in the U.S. typically. I'm not counting like fruit spreads or fruit butters.
There's jellies, jams, preserves, and marmalade.
Well, marmalades are specifically like preserves of citrus fruits.
Yeah.
Orange is the most common, but you can actually have, lemon or lime marmalades. You just don't see them as often. But like, as Dale said, you have jellies, which are made exclusively with fruit juice. And usually a bit of gelatin for consistency.
Yeah, and Larry...
Jam is made from pureed cooked fruit.
Larry, you said your jelly has fruit bits? Your jelly's wrong. That's jam.
Yeah, that's likely jam.
Yeah. And then you have preserves, which have even larger pieces of fruit than jam, if not whole fruits. Like, for example, like cherry preserves has whole cherries in it.
Yeah. And that's what used to make like cherry pie.
Cherry preserves tends to be thicker than a pie filling. It's not well suited for pie.
I'm just saying shit. So.
It's like when you go to get like strawberry most of the time here, it's like, yeah, some people go for the strawberry jam, but you try and get the strawberry preserves when you can for those big chunks of strawberry in your sandwich. I do like marmalade, though. I like peanut butter and orange marmalade.
We don't care what the French say. If the U.S. hasn't adopted it, it doesn't matter.
Fuck the French.
Yeah. Larry, why are you bringing French words into our fucking chat? You know better than that.
Yeah, get that fucking
We know you're not French, but you're bringing French shit in here. You little fuck. What are you doing? What are you trying to play at? Are you trying to get us to fucking abandon our country? We are Americans. We stand America. And my heart goes out to you.
God damn you.
And with that, I think we should end the show, because Jables is just Jables.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I love you guys. This has been Let's Say the Discord. Have a good day. Enjoy your
Tune in
Super
next
Bowl
week
Sunday.
when we get our Breitbart sponsorship.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here, everyone.
No, we're not
Watch
going
the
to ban
Super Bowl.
Twitter.
Bye-bye.
Twitch doesn't fucking care.
Yeah, they don't know who we are.
No. That's all, everyone. Let's go watch the Super Bowl.
No! Fuck that game.
Let's go watch the Puppy Bowl.
That was like
That's
an
a
hour
solid
ago.
choice. Aw, man. Doggos.
Yeah, but it's probably on fucking, It's probably on... Anyway, let's get going.
We're stalling. Get the show!
Bye, everyone! Talk to you later. Well, we'll see you next week, maybe. We'll see what my schedule looks like. There's a possibility I have access to double time, so...
I thought you already ended the show. Jesus fucking Christ.